Hi, welcome to Jesus RX. It's the best pharmacy I've ever worked at. My name is Eva Popek, and I was a pharmacist for over 23 years. I loved helping people with medication management. There seemed to be a medication for every need. But was there? What about a person's deepest need? Can that be found at the pharmacy? Welcome back to the Jesus RX Prescription for Life podcast. As mentioned earlier, I have two guests. I had Melinda earlier, and I am speaking with Brooke. And I met her at the same place that I did Melinda. We go walking on a 55 plus group one day a week in the town we live in. As I started to talk with these ladies and ask them questions, about their life, what they do here, and, general things. And we started talking about health and how we eat. And I was so impressed that I'm 61 and I didn't realize their ages, but Brooke's 77 and Melinda, we said earlier, 73, and they are on no prescription medications. And how is this? So I started to ask questions about that because I want to encourage everyone that there's healthier ways than being on medication. Doesn't mean that they've never had some illness or something happen, but to be on medication for any type of chronic illnesses, they're not. And I just wanted to present some of this to you to show that there is hope, even if now you're not eating right. Because as you heard from Melinda, she didn't for many years. And now she's eating clean. But again, remember, she did not go to the doctors for every little aches and pains. She stayed active because she has horses. She stayed active socially. She worked, and they weren't necessarily easy jobs, making deliveries. Driving a school bus for as many years. I can't even imagine. But anyway, so, I just wanted to now introduce Brooke to you. She can introduce herself. I'm going to ask her right now, like I asked Melinda 30 years ago, how was your lifestyle? What did you do? What did you do for work? That kind of thing. And then at what time did maybe anything change for them? Okay, so here she is.
Hi, and my name is Brooke. And 30 years ago, I had a very traumatic life. I lost a husband, and I moved back to this part of my state. And so it was very traumatic, and I probably drank a little bit too much, but I straightened up and didn't do that anymore. But
okay, so see, she had a life that, again, it was traumatic for her. And so she had turned to alcohol, and she's admitting that. And I love this because, Melinda and her, they obviously know, I'm about being honest, being real. And so she said, that's what she turned to. But then she straightened up a little bit because what was it in your life that you decided I have to make a change?
Well, I had a young son, and so that was his dad that was killed. So I thought I better start thinking about him and just kind of setting new goals in my life and trying to repair my life and move on.
Okay, and so then when did you, so what type of food did you feed your son? Because I was talking to Melinda about that too. When you were feeding him, how did he eat?
He was a very picky eater. He loved anything cheese and milk. And he was having some problems with cheese and milk. So I took him to a doctor, and an Indian lady that was out here where I live, in a pediatrician, and she says, get off of the cheese and the milk and you'll be fine. And so he did, and he was.
He was fine, but then what else did you get him to eat?
Yeah, that's a problem. But I got him to eat a little bit of meat and a few vegetables and everything.
And about how old was he?
He was about 6.
Oh, he was quite young.
Yeah, he was
especially
quite
they give up the dairy, but they do say that they're finding a lot of times dairy is an issue for a lot of people. And then you fast forward, and you, like you said, you straightened out, but I mean, you found a healthier way to handle the stress. I mean, it's stressful. I can't even imagine, being a single mom, let alone, with what happened when your husband dies. I mean, I really can't. And, again, that took you time to then wake up in a sense, like you said. And then, so how did it change, say, the last 10 years?
The last 10 years have changed drastically. I am back into riding my horses, trying to be a little healthier. I've lost a considerable amount of weight, and I don't even really know how I did it. I started fasting.
Oh, okay.
And I was getting too weak, so I quit the fasting, but I kept losing the weight.
Do you think, did you have a weight problem?
I was about 20 pounds overweight.
Okay,
And now
but you're how tall are you?
I'm 5'4". Yeah.
Oh, you're 5'4". Okay, I see you as taller. You seem taller.
Yeah, well, I was.
I know. That's what Melinda said too. Well, he shrunk 1 inch, but and so 5'4". I say we don't really look at the number on the scale so much for weight. It's what muscle we have, what this. But when you're overweight, when your body is carrying around fat.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, well, I was about 172. And I'm
my goodness.
135.
Okay, and so it just sounds like possibly the fasting put your metabolism back to what how a good metabolism. But so how do you eat now?
I eat pretty good. I usually have a late breakfast. Sometimes I skip lunch and then eat dinner.
And do you have a lot of protein?
I eat chicken mostly, or fish. I don't eat too much beef.
Red meat, okay. See, and this is funny because Melinda does a lot of more red meats, and I do too. But see, this is wonderful because I want the ladies to know out there, it's not all about this. We're not the same. And she's often, don't take any meds. You don't take any meds. And earlier you were telling me doctors wanted to put you on meds. So give us a little bit of that.
Oh, well, the last doctor, like I said before, all of the doctors, you just walk in the door and they want to put you on a statin to lower your cholesterol. And they want to give you the Fosamax or
the bone
density.
Yeah.
And I actually talked to my dentist and he said, don't you dare take Fosamax. Don't you dare.
It was your dentist?
My dentist, yeah, because it affects your jaw
yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, so the problems with these drugs is they outweigh the health benefits, is my opinion. Well, let me tell you about the last time I went to the doctor. I didn't get the doctor. I got the doctor practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you get it seems to me, I guess this is opinion, but anytime you get a nurse practitioner or a doctor practitioner, you're going to get really good advice that doesn't necessarily involve medications.
Okay, I have a PA here. My mom had a PA. And not only was it good advice, she explained everything so well. Mm-hmm. And again, when you say that it's your opinion, it's an opinion, but it's also our experiences. Mm-hmm. Our experiences when you get a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant, they are like looking at, it almost seems like the whole person, and then like they listen better, it seems. And again, nothing against doctors. That's not what we're saying. Again, my podcast is, we know medicine is needed in some circumstances. We do know. I'm not denying medication plays a role, but there's other healthier ways. And you said for you, that benefits not taking it, was better. Wow, I'm pretty impressed that the dentist told you that. Mm-hmm. And so what did you do to help with your bone density?
Walking, sometimes lifting weights, trying to eat a better diet with calcium. And
okay. How's your vitamin D? Because we're in the sun and you ride your horse. And how long have you had your horses?
I've had horses off and on since I was 11.
Oh, okay.
Right now, they're pretty much a big part of my life. They're my therapist. I know that sounds crazy.
No, are you kidding? Horses are used for therapy, period. So why can't the owners? That's their therapy. Our dogs, a lot of us wouldn't make it without our dogs. Yeah. And you have dogs. And how many you have?
I have 2 dogs, 2 horses.
Okay. Yeah. So, and you ride the horses how often?
Oh, if I don't ride them, sometimes older women don't ride as much. They just want to pet them. So I've been petting them more and riding them less. But,
right. But you ride. Yeah. And
I do get out.
They want you out there. They're probably social too, I think.
Oh, yeah. Especially the one who gives big hugs. That's therapy.
Okay. So, of course it is. So what did you, as far as other ways you found to stay off of, so the cholesterol, that's another thing. So you obviously, you have your senses about you. I'm just saying 77, I don't want my cholesterol below 200 because they have shown it has protective effects against Alzheimer's. It doesn't mean I won't get it or anything, but if it's so low, like 120, 130, I've known people like that, the chances of Alzheimer's or all that is greater. So do they ever throw that out? And I don't know what your cholesterol was, but to not take, a statin, I'm like, no.
No. And I go to an eye doctor and I do have cholesterol, which affects my eyes, which I never knew before. So she's helping me. She has me on vitamins for my eyes, a lot of zinc in that vitamin. And than trying to lower my cholesterol because of my eyes, because I don't want to go blind.
Well, yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
what was your cholesterol number?
No,
Total.
I don't know.
But it
I
was
forgot.
okay. So because you could, I'm gonna, before you leave today, I'm gonna give you a handful of Brazil nuts.
Okay.
I mean, I have a big bag now, and they say you have to be careful. You can't eat too many. So I have them in there. It's a big bag. So I was having 3 a day for at least 2 months. I was pretty faithful,
Mhm.
and I mean that might help you. So I
Maybe.
mean, you're gonna try. We're gonna
Yeah,
try.
I gotta try it. Where did you buy them? Because I bought them before. I had to order online.
Oh, my husband found them at Costco.
Oh,
yeah, when we go. So
Costco.
yeah, go to
Gotta
Costco.
love it.
Because I couldn't find them at Albertsons. Yeah, I couldn't find just the plain Brazil nuts, not mixed with other nuts, not in peanut oil, not in. So what about the vegetable oils? Do you do a lot of foods with that, or what type
I do
of oil?
olive oil and avocado oil.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's probably another good way.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good way.
Yeah.
And what else do I do? Let me see. Oh, when I talked to that doctor practitioner,
Mm-hmm.
she told me to get on vitamin B, especially niacinamide,
Yeah, niacinamide. Okay.
because it's very good for lowering cholesterol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Niacinamide. Yeah. So
Yeah.
does it make you flush? Doesn't.
No, this one particular
Niacin.
one doesn't. It's just kind of a lighter dosage, I guess. It's
Okay.
a multi.
Oh, with the
vitamin.
multi. Okay, because there was some people would get flushed with whatever one
Yeah.
it was. But I mean, you go to the doctors how often?
Once a year, maybe.
Okay, so again, you're not one like Melinda. You weren't running to the doctor for, I have a headache. I've had a headache for 3 or 4 days. I mean, and again, we're not telling people not to go to the doctors. But I found in my own life, even with my children, I would run them first, like right away. And it's like, no, wait. And I learned to pray first, to really pray, Lord, lead me. Is it time? Do I take them? And this sounds funny too, but with my dog, the one we put down, his breathing was so bad.
Aw.
And at one point you're like, how much do they suffer? And you're like, Lord, just tell me, is it time? Because you want the wisdom. And so, but with my kids, and I'm like, wait, let me pray over them first. Let me see, let myself, this or that. Let's wait. And many times things cleared up on its own. Well, I say it wasn't on its own. Thank you, Lord. But you just, the faith, having faith. I mean, and to stay healthy, mind, body, spirit. And which one do you think is the hardest?
Spirit.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that, so when you grew up, and I didn't ask Melinda this, so she got off easy, I think. No, but I'll ask her. No, but so growing up, was there any, you want to say, because I don't like to use words religion, but yeah, was there a religion, a spirituality around you when you grew up? Was there kind of what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was raised, did 2 years of school that were Catholic school. And,
Oh.
Yeah, so very strong religious background.
Okay.
Not that I follow now, but it was a very strong angels and saints, and I still believe in that.
Okay, so it was Catholic, you
Yeah,
said.
very
Okay,
Catholic.
so very Catholic. I mean,
Mhm.
so, and I know about Catholicism. My dad was Catholic, well, and then he was Baptist. But it does still, and I'll say it. I know it's all, whoever hears this, it's not about the Baptist. It's not about the Catholic. It's just the relationship with Jesus and knowing what He's done for us, and just following that. And this is what I do now, so that others. You don't have to be into church all the time. Church isn't the answer. The church. But people
Yeah.
we get together. There's just this love in this walking group. Don't you feel it? I
Mhm.
mean, it's so
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can feel it.
Well, I don't think any one religion is the right one. I
Yeah.
think the relationship with God is.
Yeah. So I don't think that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's not. So I just get frustrated with that because I mean, I read the Bible obviously, and I try to just follow Jesus' way. But it's a beautiful the group we have, and it's beautiful. And so I think in your health too, you've lived here how long?
In this valley, I lived 30 years.
Oh my gosh! So you guys, so you've seen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of changes.
Yeah. Okay.
Met a lot of people.
So do you think too that your social life has really helped your health?
Oh, yes. Very much so. I remarried, and this husband is in very bad health.
Oh.
Yeah, he's getting dementia,
Mm.
and he's just having a very hard time. So, and I'm his caretaker.
Right.
And pretty much full time. And so right now, to get out and just go hang out with the girls, go for our walk on Monday, maybe go have coffee or something, is really, really important to me. Because I see other women who are, I thought they were doing so much better than me, and really they have issues too with family or their husband's health or
or
their own health.
Or like my mom's health. Right now, just a lot of things. And I guess that's the thing, we can't look at others, because we all know we have stuff. I mean, we all do. Yeah. But the fact that you are getting out and you're this caregiver, and I don't know if you don't mind asking how old is your husband?
He's 82.
Okay, so he's a little bit older, but 82 and I can't even imagine. Again, I've had cousins where the aunts were, the Alzheimer's and stuff, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and for you to be able to get out, for you to be able to self-care, you've got your self-care.
It's very important.
So what else do you do for self-care? I mean, you're with your horses. Again, you're out, you're home with, how does he do with the horses?
He used to ride. He was a horseman, but now he hardly ever goes out there by him because he's in so much pain from his shoulder, and he's getting a surgery soon. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that'll help him. And I try to get him out too, because it's the same for him. If he needs, he's always in the house. Yeah, he needs a little socialization. Practically have to drag him sometimes, but we get him out.
Oh, you do? Okay. Because I know when we went to dinner that night, the 55 plus group, it's like, next time make sure, just if we go early enough, that's why we try to go early enough, that maybe he can join us. You know what I mean? Just like the husbands that don't walk, they came. So self-care is very important, especially at this time. Mm-hmm. You're eating pretty good. Mm-hmm. You've lost the weight, so you feel good, more energy. Sleep. So, when do you go to bed? How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
At any given time, probably 4. And then I get up and I wander around the house 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, and then I lay back down and get up about 7. Almost every night. I can't sleep very good.
Okay. And you don't do any supplements to help with that?
A little magnesium once. It's a
powder?
No, it's just a little pill, and it's all of the magnesiums
that's in it, the oxide, the whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, so how about, do you do oils at all? Because I know Melinda, she's good with oils, with the lavender, like in the essential oils. If some people, my husband hates them. I don't know. He hates them, and I'm like, honey, I'll shut this door in my office when I have them going. Lavender and some other calming. I mean, have you tried that at night?
Yeah, I use lavender sometimes.
Okay.
But my husband doesn't like it either. I have to go sleep in the other room.
Oh, good. See, so that's what I mean. That's not really going to help. Okay, so the sleep, we need that to do a little better. I mean, just so you're feeling better, but you look fine. You're like, thank you. I mean,
I take naps.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's okay, because you've got a lot on your plate with your husband. That's huge. I mean, like I said, I'm 61, and I go just now with my mom a couple days, and it's not just physically, but emotionally, to see people you love not healthy. And that's hard. And what about, so your son's around?
He's up in Reno.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
and
that's
then
right.
I have a daughter in Vegas.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Am I giving away places?
Huh?
It's okay to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can say places. Yeah, because I said in our city, I'm like, I live in a Pahrump town, I get, unincorporated town at that. Yeah. But because Melinda said too, she's like, in Pahrump, Nevada, and I'm like, that's fine. We live here. That's where we live. Yeah. People are active. I thought it was more just a retirement type community till I substituted, and I saw there was 5 elementaries, a pretty big high school, pretty big junior high, but my heart does for the kids. I'm like, there really isn't much, but it is what it is. And somebody said, unless they're horse kids, there's really not, the kids with the horses, but
skate park.
Yeah, somebody did say they had a skate park, but not like a roller rink like we had in our days. But would they do it? And I had one kid goes, well, there's always bowling. I'm like, I know. Because a lot of kids, some kids have never gone bowling. Some kids have never played bingo. Some kids have never, you know what I'm saying? Just like the bingo game because of all this computer stuff. I think growing up, I'm a little over 10 years younger even, but growing up was great as far as not having this technology in a sense. Yeah. Didn't you think? I mean,
my kids, me and my kids both, all of them, they had a pretty good childhood. Yeah. Maybe not so much the youngest one that was out here with me, but the other ones, I'd whistle for them to come home. 2 blocks away, they'd come running, Mother, you embarrassed me.
Because you whistled?
Yeah. I said, well, they don't know it was me.
Whistling. Whoa, that was a pretty big whistle then. I mean,
Yeah.
you should, yeah.
Can't do it anymore. Teeth are gone.
Yeah. I see your teeth. You got teeth. So I want to thank you because I just want people to see at 77 because you have taken it in your hands and said, no, I'll try these other things. I'll see you again. Will you work with me? And that's a thing. Don't be afraid. I wanted people to know to tell your doctor right up front when I meet a new doctor. I try to go as natural as I can. I tell them, and then when I throw out, I was a pharmacist, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, well, that's why I don't want the drugs. They're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, if something's really wrong, but can I correct it with diet? Can I correct it with exercise? What can I do that I don't need that? And like I told Melinda earlier, the thing I really miss that we don't have in Pahrump is an acupuncturist. I loved acupuncture.
Yeah.
Did you do it before?
Yeah, well, I had the
that's
ears
right. You
done.
told me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but it was. I wish I could bring her here. She lives in another state, so I wish I could bring her here and have her do it for us because it was so calming, and like I said, it cleared my kidneys.
She had it sounded to me like it was what they do acupuncture. There was actual like needle in there, but just in the ear area. She didn't do whole body. So that would be. I know at the VA for PTSD, I've heard they used to leave them in there for a while. And I had, when I was struggling with something in Georgia, like it was called alpha-gal, but they said, well, try, we're not alpha-gal therapists, whatever. But they left the needles in, but it hurt when I laid down and it didn't help what I needed it for that. But but what you said, there's points. And this is what I mean. We're created, I know Rosie's in there crying outside the door. We're created with, like we were talking on the walk, all these nerves are related. And these doctors sometimes, my mom's heart doctor, well, I'm concerned about the heart, not the lung. And I'm like, but the lungs and the heart, don't they work together? So it's just specialist after specialist after specialist. And again, I'm not denying in certain cases we need them and we know that. But there's, again, overprescribed, overseeing doctors, let things go for a while. And many times they're okay. Mm-hmm. I had stuff from the dermatologist and I never got the results. To this day, I don't have the results on an ultrasound they did in between on my chest because it was in a lymph node, a spot and it ended up filling up and I ended up expressing it myself and all that. But they never got back to me on what it was. But they didn't want to touch it first because it was on a lymph node. Let's be sure. Well, I'm here still. I'm not sick. I'm not, And then when I tried to call, I didn't hear back. It's crazy. And it's like, why am I stressing over that? You know what I did? And a good friend of mine in New Hampshire, and I keep telling her she needs to do a book called Remedies from the Farm or Down on the Farm Remedies or something because she was a farm girl, raised in, she was, that's what we did. We didn't have meds. But she's like, you would get your tea tree out, get your chapstick type thing, whatever, put on that, get the tea tree, put a bolus on there, just keep it there, then take it off. And sure enough, it drained. Over 3 days, boom. Amazing. You say, yeah, amazing. It's like, thank you, Lord, that these things you've created for us. And it cost me a whole, $2.50.
Yeah.
No, and that's what they don't like. No, so it's amazing if you just don't panic. Like I said, I sit and pray. What am I going to do? You talk to people that do natural things, and then you try it. Because again, what's the research? I was the experiment on myself, and it worked. I'm not saying it's going to work for somebody, but they don't know if they don't try, and they might alleviate harmful effects, like you're saying, from medicines that you are not going to take. So I'm just excited to have met you, and I. Like I said earlier, I look up to you women, honestly. I'm 61, and when I'm 77,
you're just a baby.
I know, I'm this baby, I'm this young gal. And so I don't want, I don't want to be on meds,
Well, you're on the right track. I do believe you walk. Do you take supplements?
I do some supplements like, what am I on right now? Well, okay, the hormone stuff. So I started to do DHEA again and pregnenolone, but I have to be careful. I watch that. I do take stuff for the allergies. I'm back on allergy drops to build up my immunity. And I do vitamin E and D because my D was kind of low. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. But I've got the app called Chronometer now, and I talked about that. The Chronometer that Melinda told me about, And it's not just like my macros app I did a year ago. This actually takes the vitamins from your foods. It shows you how much vitamins you're getting from each food.
Oh, okay.
So if you're lacking a vitamin, you do it by food. You eat something that has it. And you try to...
And it's an app?
It's an app on the phone. She does it, she said, on her laptop. But
Okay.
I loaded it today, and I started to enter, like I had a salad, I had some chicken on it, and it's showing me the vitamins and minerals.
Mm-hmm.
So I know exactly what nutrient value I'm getting from the food. So you can go download your chronometer and then, or do it on your laptop, and then record your foods. And then it'll tell you by the end of the day, and the example I always give is the bananas. I couldn't eat bananas for a long time because I had an allergy. I can eat them now, as long as they're not real ripe. And so I was having cramping every night in my feet. And I'm thinking, I got to do magnesium, potassium, whatever. And my feet waking up, pain. I started eating bananas, and after the third day, one banana, I haven't had cramping. I missed 4 days because I didn't have bananas, whatever. It started to come back. Started eating my bananas again. I'm fine. So the potassium, and baked potatoes are great with potassium too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I keep telling people, food is medicine, and they're like, yeah, well, we don't, just like you don't know what medicine to take, unless you go to the doctor, you don't know medicine to take unless, like, these tools will help you with the vitamins if you're lacking, or just, you can go online and look up, again, you're not trying to treat yourself. And like we said, we go to the doctor once a year at minimum, get our blood work, look at it. What do I need to do? But because I have a stomach ache for 2 days, I'm not running to the doctor.
Right.
I will look. What did I eat? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I just ate a whole bag of popcorn. I mean, it wasn't the microwave kind, but the whole, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, hello. So we have to stop and look. And so I told Melinda too, because I like ice cream, but some of it isn't good at all, corn syrup, all that. It's like, just where's the cream and the stuffed fruit or whatever. So she said she makes ice cream. So I told her before I leave for the summer, I put my request for pineapple coconut ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
And so we'll see. So we're gonna hold her to.
I
know you're gonna.
Wow. Oh no, yeah. I'll help you nag her. We'll just get after her.
I know, we're like, here, I'll have to barter trade or something. I don't know what, but anyway. So it's been a pleasure, and I want people to know there's hope, and that you don't have to be on medicine. You told me earlier when doctors wrote you prescriptions, you ripped them up as you walked out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Well, I told them no statins, and then they go, okay, I'll write you up a prescription right now. I said, I don't want it. No, you need it. So
I wonder if your cholesterol was like 350 or something. I'm just curious. But
I don't know. It was borderline.
Oh my gosh.
Like my good is really good, and the bad is a little high.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. And then there's ratios. So there's so many other factors before someone really would take a statin. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, there's a lot of factors I would be looking at before I ever, and I have older people say that too. But we have people that don't really care to change anything in their life, and that's okay. Yeah. It's easier to take a pill, and that's what they want to do. No, and you're laughing when I say it because.
And I had a flashback. I was thinking about my husband. Now, I'm not talking bad about him, but I took him to this doctor, and the doctor was like Middle Easterner, and he was giving advice on what to eat, exercise.
Good.
Really, I was impressed with this man. And we walk out, and I go, well, what do you think? And he goes, I'm never coming back here again. That was my husband. He says, that guy's a quack.
See, because they go and think you're going to give me a medicine, and they're not fixing the diabetes meds. It's preventing, to get further, but it's not curing anything. Yeah. And diet can cure a lot of things, which the foods we eat. So that's why food is medicine. Food is medicine. Everybody's sick by hearing me. Food is medicine, but food can be poison too. Yeah. And that's why I say, I know food can be poison. So again, you lap it to each his own, and that's what we have a choice, and it's in our hands. I mean, it really is. I mean, bottom line too, when good Lord calls us home, He calls us home. And I've known people organic eating this or that and still got cancer, whatever, environment, whatever. Oh, yes. But I mean, but ultimately, there's things we can do to feel good as we're living until we are called home. I want to live. I want to function. I don't want to be on a handful of meds. I don't want to be, but it's going to happen however, and nobody to say if I got in an accident. Again, we don't know what life holds. McDonald's.
Right.
But again, the healthier you are, when a sickness comes upon you, a lot of times that's how much they're surprised. Oh my gosh, she came back so good. People from the gym, they get hurt, a surgery they get done, and then they're back. Like the doctors are amazed.
Yeah.
But they have already had that protective element. And these women, they have babies. They're amazing too. They've always worked out, did weights, worked out at the gym. They keep going with that baby, and that deliveries are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's so much to our bodies, and it's not just our body, our mindset, our willingness, our mental health.
Yeah.
And when we don't feel good, when we're injured and it's taking a long time, that can wear on our mental health, definitely. You're like,
I know.
You get it. Okay. You're like, yeah, you've been through stuff. That's what I mean. So I want people to know you've been through stuff. You haven't always eaten this healthy, great life, and that's why you're not on meds.
Right.
But you turned it around, and anybody can turn it around. It's just going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take friends. It's going to take good doctors that think like you think, they think again about being nutrient. And the fact you have your horses, you have that. You have your hobby.
Yeah. Horses are great exercise. Even if you don't ride them, they're great exercise. You're always lifting hay, throwing it over the fence, or you're brushing them, or you're cleaning up after them.
Yeah, the hay bales are not light to scoop up their. Yeah, right. That's takes muscle. So that's why too. You keep in the muscle. It's hard for us to build muscle. But,
yeah, it is.
But you're maintaining it, and your weight you drop, so you feel better.
Yeah, I got to start lifting weights though.
Okay, that's what Melinda said too. She goes, "Well, I go to the gym and go, yeah, we'll get little weights, and even when we walk with 5-pounders." So we're gonna do this, and so I just thank you so much for sharing and for being real, and so
you're welcome.
So I want y'all to be 70 and on no meds, okay? But that's up to you. Well, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. I want to thank you so much for joining in today, because I know sometimes allowing God to change our minds and hearts in difficult situations isn't always easy. But it will allow us to sometimes think differently about a situation, and that in turn may help us to act differently towards that situation in a positive way. Remember, our mission here is to lead you, first and foremost, to the great physician for all of life's circumstances through his word. We do not deny that physical medication plays a part while we're on this earth. I know that I want positive changes, and I know you do too. I do want to just state that anything you've heard from me or any of my guests is not intended to replace any of the medical advice that you're receiving. Always check with your doctor before stopping any medication or any changes. Now, for sure, you can add spiritual medication to any regimen that you're on. And just don't be surprised if that spiritual medication heals and changes you in ways you never ever imagined. So because all things are possible with God. So if you could be so kind as to leave a review about anything that may have helped you today, or if you want to share it with someone that you're just thinking so much about and loving that it could help them, please let them know about this podcast. I would really appreciate it. Because I know the more of this medicine that we can dispense and get out into this world, the better off we'll all be. So until next time, stay healthy and stay in God's Word.